A female fencer stands up for fairness in women's sports. She did it by taking a knee and refusing to compete against a biological male at a tournament over the weekend. The referee's response, a black card, the sport's most severe penalty, which means expulsion from the tournament.
Hey guys, what you're about to see is one of the most courageous stands that I've seen in sports in a long time. Stephanie Turner is a female fencer. She refused to compete against a biological male, and she was punished for it. She took a knee for truth, for fairness, and for every young girl who's been told that her dreams don't matter anymore. This isn't just a sports story, guys. This is a cultural moment. Watch this.
Right, so this was actually a regional tournament held by the USFA at the University of Maryland. So part of my pre-competition ritual is to check the online registration to see who is going to be there and just double check my check-in times. And on the registration list, I saw Redmond Sullivan's name listed there. And I recognized this individual from a previous Redux article that had been written stating that this person was a man who had previously competed on the men's team at Wagner and was now competing as a woman within the USFA. So from that point, I just got really disappointed with the USFA and with this tournament, and I just felt like at a loss. I'd already committed so much money to it and training hours, and I was literally looking forward to this. I do this tournament every year. Yeah. I think this may be like my 10th year in a row doing this tournament. And I just got really sad and I started crying because this was like the last thing I wanted to deal with in my competition.
So at one point in the video, we see you take a knee, and then the official comes over. What did you say to the official at that point?
So the official came over to me and asked if I was still refusing to fence, and I said yes. Oh, and are you talking about initially,
yes,
or when I got the black card?
No, initially.
Initially, I told them that I was refusing to fence because this person is a man and I am a woman, and this is a women's tournament, and I refuse to fence on principle.
And then later, right after this, we see your opponent comes over. What did you say to your opponent at that point?
My opponent was a little bit confused, thinking that I was maybe hurt, and I said, no, I am refusing to fence you because I'm a woman and you are a man. I have much love and respect for you, but I will not compete against you. Wow. And he responded, okay, well, there's a, yes?
Yeah, I was just going to say, I'm sorry, what was his response?
His response was, okay, but there's a member of the board of directors here, and he supports me, and there's a policy that says that I'm a woman and I'm allowed to compete in the women's tournament, and if you do this, you're going to get black carded. And I said, I know.
So here's what USA Fencing said in a statement to Fox News Digital. USA Fencing enacted our current transgender and non-binary athlete policy in 2023. The policy was designed to expand access to the sport of fencing and create inclusive, safe spaces. It goes on to talk more. But this idea about inclusive, safe spaces, what about inclusive, safe spaces for female athletes?
Right. There's nothing for me and there's everything for him, because I have no choice as a woman, as a female, in where I compete. I am a woman and I have an athletic disadvantage to men, so I compete in the women's division, which is where I rightfully am. But he has been given this opportunity to fence in the women's division, and he can compete. He can easily compete in the men's division. He can also compete at mixed events in local tournaments if he wants. There is a place for him. So the idea that they're expanding the women's is just essentially making it an open tournament that can include men, and it ends up hurting me and other girls.
So you've got the support of Riley Gaines, who was on our network earlier today, and former tennis star Martina Navratilova, who put this out on X. She said, "This is what happens when female athletes protest. Anyone here still think this is fair? I am fuming, and shame on USA Fencing. Shame on you for doing this. How dare you throw women under the gender BS bus?" I mean, this doesn't come at the expense of male athletes. We don't see this in the flip side of the coin. This all comes at the expense of female athletes like yourself, like Riley Gaines, like the girls who lost that race by 7 seconds in Oregon, like the girls who lost the pole vault event in Maine. I mean, this is happening across the country,
right.
And to a large degree, women support this.
Right, it's happening in every sport and at every level, and there's really no option to go around this when there are extremists who take up positions within the authoritative body of the USFA. So I have very little option other than being forced to fence. And I have gone down other pathways, like back in 2023 Summer Nationals, I just didn't sign up to fence in the Div 1A women's foil because there was another transgender person that I'd recognized in that tournament. So, I mean, I've avoided it as much as I can, but at what point do I have to just avoid all tournaments altogether because there's going to be somebody who's trans there?
It's a tough choice. As you point out, your opponent had two choices: could compete as biological male or could compete in the women's. You have the choice of competing in the women's. So,
okay, guys, if you believe in fairness in women's sports, like real biological fairness, hit that like button right now, guys, because what we just witnessed is not a fencer making a tough choice. It's a young woman drawing a line in the sand against a movement that says that truth doesn't matter anymore. Guys, this isn't just about one match. This is about a culture that punishes women for speaking up while it bends over backwards to make room for men who say that they're women. Stephanie Turner has spent years training, showing up to these tournaments, pushing herself as an athlete, and yet she was told that her voice doesn't matter. Her discomfort doesn't matter. Her disadvantage doesn't matter. She saw a biological male on the registration list and said, "I won't do this. I won't play pretend with you. Not here. Not in my sport." And what did she get for it? She got a black card. Guys, that's a sport's most severe penalty. Expulsion for telling the truth. Let me ask you something, guys. If this is about inclusion, where is the inclusion for Stephanie? Where's the safe place for actual women who were born female, trained as females, and now get told to either compete against men or get out? Because that's what's happening right here. We're being gaslit into thinking that fairness is hateful and truth is bigotry. It's absolute madness. And guys, it's not just fencing. This is happening everywhere. High school track in Oregon, girls losing by 7 seconds. Pole vaulting in Maine, girls denied championships because a biological male took first. Guys, this isn't hypothetical. This isn't future tense. This is right now. And every single time a girl like Stephanie says, "I'm not playing by these delusional rules," she gets punished, humiliated, cast out. Meanwhile, the men who identify as women, they get celebrated. They get called brave. They get policies rewritten just for them. Think about that, guys. Men get to choose where they compete. Women, they get told to sit down and shut up or they're out. That's not equality, guys. That's not inclusion. That is tyranny dressed in rainbow colors. And I have to say this loud and clear, guys. Stephanie is a hero. She didn't scream. She didn't throw a fit. She didn't attack anyone. She simply knelt down and said no. And that was enough to get her thrown out of the sport that she loves. But I guarantee you this, she won't be forgotten because her story is going to wake people up. It already is waking people up. So I want to ask you guys, what would you do if this was your daughter? What would you do if this was your sister, your wife? Are we going to sit by while women are erased from their own competitions? Or are we going to speak up? because staying silent is no longer an option. The line has been crossed. Let me know what you think, guys, down in the comments below. And guys, don't hold back. Should women be forced to compete against biological men? Did Stephanie do the right thing here? Are you tired of the double standard too? Let me know down in the comments, guys. Make sure you subscribe for more bold, unfiltered coverage just like this. And if you want to help me keep pushing back against the madness, consider becoming a channel member, guys, because voices like Stephanie's and yours need a platform. And we're not backing down. I'll catch you later with another update.